Spencer, a 2-1 home defeat to Hemel Hempstead and the unbeaten run comes to an end. What's your reaction tonight?
I've said to the players for many, many weeks that our unbeaten run will come to an end. It was always going to happen at some point. And I said, please make sure that when it ends, we have worked really hard, we have done our jobs, and we've been beaten by a better side, where that's football, you put your hands up. Not sure I can say that tonight. And for us, both goals were terrible errors that we've just not done. So you come in at half time and you can give the old cliche of bad night at the office. Two shockingly bad errors from us. They've been in our penalty box twice and we're 2-0 down. And then of course you've given them something to hang on, and I want to balance out congratulations to Hemel for the way they defended, but then you've also got to say that the tactics to do that, too much. I think their manager's apologised, but he's done what he's got to do to win the game. I'm sure they wouldn't do that at home, and they've won the game, so you have to congratulate them for that. The referee's not done enough, nowhere near it. I mean, we put a timer on the second half when we were showing the linesman from the start of the second half. In the first 5 minutes, there was 2.5 minutes the ball wasn't in, was stopped. And we were at 11.5 minutes in the 80-minute mark. And we were showing the linesman, wasn't disagreeing. He puts up 7. Just spoken to the assessor, he says that's light. In the 7, there was a booking and 2 stoppages, and he blew up at 6 minutes 50. We haven't done enough. Hemel have defended. We've missed a couple of sitters. We've had 40 entrances into the last third. We've not made the keeper work enough, and we've given away 2 appallingly bad goals, and quite frankly could have given away another in the 97th minute. So as much as we gave our fans, who I have to say in the second half, we gave them something to get going with Freddie's goal, and they were fantastic, the PRE boys in particular. They really got behind us, and it was relentless, wasn't it? It was absolutely relentless, one-way traffic, pretty much the whole game. But if you make 2 errors like we did, and I thought we were sloppy from the kick-off, and you give a team something to hang on. I've never seen a goalkeeper take a quite simple shot into his stomach and he's down injured. But the referee didn't deal with it. He was far too soft and lenient. But you've got to give them credit. They hung on, and you saw what it meant to them at the end. And I suppose we should take some credit and be proud of the fact that team is so happy to beat us, because of the team that we are, the club that we are. Obviously, we're extremely disappointed because that wasn't what we've been like, well, all season, quite frankly. And I thought we were very, very poor with our decision making. Far too many players underperformed. We made errors, and it caught up with us in the end. Well, not for sure it was a particularly attractive game, but at least the Farnborough fans saw in the second half, in particular, just relentless wave after wave. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. We didn't make good decisions. There were some very poor shooting, and we didn't do enough. So congratulations to Hemel from that perspective. As I said, I'm sure there'll be a lot of criticism of the way they acted and it went too far, but if the referee lets them get away with it, that's what happens, and he did, and he didn't give anywhere near enough time, and the run ends, but the run was always going to end. I said I would have liked it to have been in different circumstances, and we have to now, which was always going to come, I've always known it was going to come, we have to prepare to try and recover and bounce back.
And tonight you made a couple of changes from the team that won at Bath. What was the thinking there? Any injuries? Or?
No. We've Michael Fernandez has gone out on a dual reg loan type thing to Whitehawk, and so we've got 16 players, and we've got now 24 games in 12.5 weeks, something like that. And it's important that we give people minutes to keep them ready. We're going to get injuries, and we were well aware that Hemel were probably the biggest side we were going to face. The back 3 were immense. We were expecting Charlie Hughes to play up top as a big number 9 who came on at the end, and then obviously Bailey Brown came and started as well, who's 6'5", and we were just very light aerially. So we brought in Freddie. Was obviously one of his strengths is in the air, and we switched it around a little bit. We wanted to get the 2 strikers on. We were the home side, and we'd had obviously, as you know, a good second half in particular at Bath. So we went quite aggressive, but with a home team, we need to win football games, especially at home. and you know, we need to rotate people to keep them fit, to keep them sharp. We can't just leave people on the bench, and you know, we will continue to do that, and we will look very much at the opposition. And I thought Freddie did pretty well. There was some very good bits and some perhaps not so good bits, but I think you can say that about everybody. And you know, we pushed Reddy further out, and John came on at half time, and again he had some good bits and also some very poor bits from him. And so people have to understand that they've got to perform well to stay in the side, and that one thing we've learnt this year is that we're a very fluid squad, we're a very strong squad, but we do need to keep people match sharp, because it's hardly any training now. It's you know, game every sort of 3 to 4 days. So you know, I think we made the right choice, particularly the aerial threat they had. But obviously we make 2 mistakes. Bradley's come into the side, he's made a mistake, and they've scored, you know, straight counter-attack. And they've been in our penalty area twice and scored in the first half, and the second half they've been in our penalty area I think once, and that was in the 97th minute, and they should have scored then. So we haven't quite done enough. So very, very frustrating. I hate losing football matches. I think for a Tuesday night, the crowd was fairly decent, and the support they gave us in the second half was magnificent when we gave it to them. But players have to realise every game is very, very difficult, and it's very disappointing. But we have to pick ourselves up, we have to react, and we know how difficult it will be at Concord on Saturday.
Yep, on Concord, the first time we meet them this season. What are your thoughts on Saturday's game?
We can't play like we did tonight. We just defensively, we haven't given goals away like that. I'm trying to remember the last time we gave a goal, those type of goals away this season. I don't think we have at all. Obviously it's still very fresh in my mind, but you give goals away like that, and in the under-15s or on a pub league, you won't win football games. So very poor goals. Concord away, very tough place to go. So we haven't played them yet. We'll do all our homework. They're fighting for their lives. Of course, they've got some very, very good players. They really gave Ebbsfleet a really good half on Saturday away. They were 1-0 up, and Ebbsfleet equalised in stoppage time, and then obviously went on in the second half to win. But that's no disgrace. They've got some good players. So we need to bounce back. It's another challenge for this group. We're a small group. We don't have the resources of other clubs in squad size, although we're still trying. We're trying today, even on deadline day in the pro game, to get somebody in, but that has fallen short at the last minute. So we have to bounce back, and the team selection will be important again, and we'll do our homework on Concord. And the surface there is normally pretty good, but you know, it's this time of year where every pitch is heavy. And let's see if these boys can react, because it's relentless now. You know, with the exception of the Hampshire Cup next week. It's Saturday, Tuesday, all the way pretty much through, with the odd exception. I'm sure we'll probably get a few more postponements as we go through the winter, but it's that old cliche. It was always going to happen. There was going to be a defeat. It was, especially in the first half, when we were old cliche, bad night. You know, in the office theatre, it was appalling goals, and we didn't do enough, despite our complete dominance of the game, and you know, some pretty poor tactics. But as I said, if the officials let them get away with it, I'm afraid that's what happens. And as I said, I've never known so many people get injured and then they're back up again. And if you don't add the time on for it, they just carry on doing it, and they did. But we didn't do enough, so you can't take away from Hemel that they defended very, very well. We gave them something to hang on to. We've missed some great chances. Not enough, I would add. Our shooting's not been good enough, our decision's not been good enough, and the run ends. Let's start a new run. Let's see how good this lot really are. Let's see if we can bounce back and go again on Saturday.
Brilliant. Thanks, Spencer, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you, Dom.